Okay, so Tyler Bertuzzi's name has come up. Like I said, he is a restricted free agent. He's arbitration pending. Obviously, Detroit fans love this because they're like, "Well, give us Rasmus Sandin." But it's pretty possible that Tyler Bertuzzi is a $4 million player, and if you line him up next to what Hyman brought, it's not a whole lot different. In fact, he outscores Hyman, and he's 3 years younger. Not a bad player to have.
He would be a great addition.
That's the kind of guy where I can see Bertuzzi, Matthews, Marner.
That would be very interesting.
And then you can run, and then maybe you do an all finesse line. Maybe then you put Bertuzzi with Tavares and Nylander, and then you can run the all finesse with Matthews, Marner, and Robertson. You can. I mean, I wouldn't, but you can.
No, I'm going full vindictive school teacher. You two are banned from playing with each other, even on the power play, until you get to the second round. You're banned. One of you is on PP2. Which one of you is it going to be? Which top 5 scorer is going to be on PP2? You guys, you flip a coin. Tell you what, since you guys can't make a decision, we're going to alternate games. Which one of you is on PP2? Not until you get to the second round. So Matthews, Nylander, Tavares, Marner, figure the rest of that shit out.
The problem with that, Steve, is that one of them performs on the power play, and that's Austin Matthews. He's the one weapon you have.
Well, then you have your answer, don't you?
Well, and so then we're going to, like, if we're going to talk about that. So there was a couple.
Just on the Tyler Bertuzzi thing, why does no one care that he didn't play last season? Why is no one talking about the fact that he had back surgery and missed an entire season of hockey?
Doesn't that sound exactly like what Josh Anderson had? Isn't that exactly what happened with Josh Anderson? And they still had to give up Max Domi in a 7-year deal?
I don't know, but like I feel like that should matter in this. You're chasing this one target that's hasn't played hockey since January.
It's probably depressed value, right? They don't have to trade as much to get him, right?
And then you also have to sign him. You know, like you have to commit to him before you even acquire him to know that you can get him done.
The smart way to do this is, I would say to Stevie, listen, you got to let me talk to his agent before. We're not committing assets to this player until such time as we have an agreement in place. Right? So you say, otherwise you can go fly a kite, go re-sign him yourself. You can't make that trade without having a deal in place. The Leafs have done that before. His name was Jonathan Bernier, and we know how that worked out. And God bless him, he's had a great career since. But you can't look at what happened with Montreal and Josh Anderson last year. And I'm not saying Josh Anderson wasn't effective at times. Mm-hmm. But a 7-year deal for Josh Anderson coming off a major injury, and for a guy with tantalizing skill, could be the best power forward in the league if he could just put it together every night. The guy would be way better than Tom Wilson.
He wasn't good often enough for the commitment that they made to him. You're absolutely right.
And Jesse's right in the sense that why are you going to expend assets on a guy that didn't play last year?
So Kyle Dubas is going to go into a negotiation with Tyler Bertuzzi and say, hey, we want you. So you have all the chips now. Also, we're going to commit to you after you haven't played a single game after being 24 and having back surgery. And we're going to give you a bunch of money, and we're going to be cool with this and go into next season with you on our roster. Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
Hey, Tyler,
what the hell is this?
Tyler, fire your agent. Fire your agent. Get some advice from me. All right. Now you've been traded to the Leafs and I'm your agent. Here, you want my advice? Wait.
No, you don't make Dubas doesn't make the trade without the deal in place.
Yeah, but he's negotiating already from a stance of, hey, we want you and we're going to do whatever we can to get you. Okay.
And what I would say is we're not going to do everything we can to get you. We would like to have you on the team. Do you want to play with Matthews and Marner? Do you want to sign a short-term deal, play with Matthews and Marner, have it score an outrageous amount of points, and then come back to us and leverage huge money?
That's how you get him in.
That's how you get him.
Is the short-term deal. But if what he wants is long-term after the surgery, and I'm dealing with a divisional rival, which I think we're forgetting, if this is Dragon's Den, for those reasons, I'm out.
Right. Well, I think you have to explore it. But I think if you're Dubas, you go, we're not gonna pay you less than what you made on your last deal. We'll give you 3.5. Yeah. But we need to know that you're healthy. And by the way, you get to play with Matthews and Marner. And that makes people rich.
You see how much my mood changed when we started talking about this piece of shit?
Well, so to that point,
not Tyler Bertuzzi. I'm talking about the Leafs. Sorry.
There's a couple things that are very, very interesting as well. Friedge also mentioned in that interview this morning that the Coyotes are going to move on from Kemper. Now, you remember CJ said goal.
What?
Yeah, they are probably going to trade Kemper. I think he's got a year left. Freach didn't seem to think that Kemper was the guy for the Leafs, but the Leafs are going to look at the goalie market and try to get the best guy available. And CJ said there was a goalie that was a target, but it doesn't seem like Kemper. There's a lot of people who thought it's got to be Darcy Kemper. Remember, CJ came on and said there's definitely a goalie, and they were definitely interested, and they were definitely close. So I think we can cross Darcy Kemper off that list. Doesn't mean it doesn't change at some point in the future. However, I don't think that was the goalie that CJ was talking about. Somebody else on the West Coast, probably.
Yeah, and if you're Arizona, you're saying we're going to commit to Aiden Hill, right? And then we go and we get somebody else as a backup, and you move off of that $4.5 million, and you give some of that to Aiden Hill, and you give the rest of it to your backup goalie.
Do you sign Ranta a little bit, like for another year, and just say, hopefully you can play 25, 30 games?
At like $1 million.
You have to be committed to having a good third goalie then, because
he's going to be injured.
There's a very good chance that when Antti Ranta is not in your lineup, there's a very good chance he's not going to be in your lineup.
Right. Also, Hyman is looking less and less likely to re-sign with the Leafs, according to Friedman.
Cool.